Yes, we are back. I am your host, Tete. It's a solo stream today. It's not even a stream; it's a recording. And it's been a while since either of us have been here. We're going through various different things, but it's good to be back. Good to be on the channel again, and good to record for and try to put out some content for you guys. We have been consistent, but various things have kind of derailed us in that sense. But to get to the meat of the matter, um, I'm here to talk about one club and one club only, and that is my club, my current club that I support, and that is Arsenal. And it has been a very tumultuous couple of weeks. I'm not going to lie. But before I get into the overarching status of the club, in my opinion, they're going to talk about today's game, and that is Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1, and then Arsenal losing 5-4 on penalties at home in the FA Cup in the third round. Yet again, we have lost in the third round, and it seems to be a relatively repeated pattern that we will lose in the third round of the FA Cup. Um, yeah, it is. I don't know what else to say. Rather, on that matter, when it comes to just the poor performances of this club in this competition and in cup competitions in general. And after losing 2-0 to Newcastle, it is apparent that our season is, for all intents and purposes, over within the space of 2 weeks, or probably three if you count when Saka got injured. But to go to the performance, for second match day in a row, I think we've performed one of the worst I've ever seen us perform under this manager. And I don't really think there's any player out there that I can say can leave holding their head high. I mean, you can say Salib and Gabriel fought. Myers Lewis Skelly, you can say he didn't do much wrong. Timber as well. That's the back line, but we've been saying that for a very long time. But from anyone from that midfield going forward, funny enough, the only person I can think of that was okay was Raheem Sterling. But to everyone else, hang your head in shame. I think we missed 7 big chances. That's just diabolical. That's utter trash, utter diabolical. That's foolishness. Um, well played to Manchester United. They dug in, they stuck in, they defended well. I think Delete had a monster game. I think Harry Maguire before he came off was exceptional. I think Mazurari did really well as in the first half. Wasn't as influential defensively in the second half, but I think performed really well. Diego Dallo, I think did well until he made that rash second challenge, which I think is a yellow card, although he didn't make contact. If Saliba didn't jump out of the way, that could have been dire. That could have been a terrible. It's a terrible tackle, so it's a second yellow. I don't think the penalty for Maguire on Maguire was a penalty. So I guess the football gods are, I guess, the universe, whoever you believe in God. I guess he just said, you didn't deserve that penalty, so we didn't score. And I think rightfully so. That was not a penalty. Um, from the midfield all the way up to the striker, as I said before, was diabolical. We were terrible. Like this was terrible performance. Martin Odegaard, something is wrong with this guy. I'm not gonna go ahead and say he's trash or he's overrated because I think he's a very good footballer. We've seen that over the past 2 years. But there's something going on with Martin Odegaard. Something's wrong. Something's wrong there. I don't know. There's not much I can say about Kai Havertz and Martinelli at this point. Martinelli is a guy that I've tried to back consistently. I don't have much to say about him anymore. And Kai Havertz, I, what is there to say about Kai? Kai is Kai. Like I don't even know what to say. Like he's just poor. He's just poor. Um, I don't think he is the worst footballer like Chelsea fans say. Like I just think he's not very good, and especially good. He's not very good for a team that's trying to win a title. And when you miss by yourself four, or I think three or four big chances, then you miss the only penalty in a penalty shootout that is missed was you. Like I pray for his mental health at this point because I think the Arsenal fans are going to they're going to rush him. Like mentally, they're going to rush him. I don't think he needs to go on social media. I don't think he needs to pay attention to what it's saying in the media because if your confidence was low before, it's low now. So I I I am very concerned for his mental health. But either way, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Football's a cruel sport, and you miss three big chances on your own and then miss a penalty. It is what it is. I don't know what else to say. Um, Bruno Fernandez, I think, also performed relatively well today. He took his goal really well from a Manchester United standpoint. That was a really good goal. From a Gabriel slip mistake, whatever you want to call it. But Manchester United, their goal was well taken and it was well deserved. I also think after full time, as much as we missed all those chances, I think Manchester United performed admirably enough where I can say they deserve something from the game. Um, Outside of that, I mean, there's nothing more to say about the game itself. And then when you follow that up with how we lost against Newcastle, um, yeah, I this is just the worst possible performance to put out. I believe we're going to miss Gabriel Jesus probably for the rest of the season. That didn't look good when he came off. Um, Martin Odegaard seems to be in having that nick that he's holding that ankle again, so that also doesn't look good. Um, Jorginho barely plays any games and still somehow finds his way injured. Like it's going belly up, and this season is going dead and it's dying really fast. Um, it's about dead if in my eyes because with how we're performing, I don't think we do anything in the league. We'd be pressed to probably finish third, and then we're not winning the Champions League with the players that we have, and it doesn't seem like this board is going to buy players. So, going to moving forward, I think yet again another season we have thrown away two competitions in the space of a week. We tend to do that a lot. Um, I won't blame Mikel on the individual performance today, but I will blame Mikel on the season. I think the way we are playing is solely down to him in the way we approach games. I don't think he I don't think we're attacking anymore. It's annoying. It is what it is. I don't think we're a very attacking team anymore. And I think his signings are proving on the defensive end excellent. But on the like what are his offensive signings? I don't know what's going on. And he keeps saying that we need attackers, and then we go after attackers that are not attainable. So then, do you really need them if you keep going after signings that are unattainable? And if they are attainable and the board's not doing it, then maybe Mikel's not the guy for the job because if you're not going to support him in the attacking phase, and you see that we need attacking players, if you're not going to give him those players, or he doesn't want those players, or the players that are available he doesn't want, and you're not planning on giving him the players he wants, then it's a bad match. So something has to give. The board's probably not going to go because they're the board, and you're not gonna you're just they're not gonna sell the club even after all this time, and plus we're making them money, so they're not going anywhere. So that means it seems like Mikel's not the guy, and I've backed Mikel for the past couple years, and it's not even like an overreaction. It's just a steady decline in this case. And what's the point? Like, what's the genuine point? So I'm not checked out of the season, but I'm close. I'm very close. Actually, yeah, I am checked out. I don't really want to watch this team anymore. I'm being honest. I've tried. I've genuinely tried, but it's this is crazy. This is pointless. Like we got Newcastle at home and the Manchester United at home. We kept saying that all our tough games were away at the beginning of the season. Well, we got two tough but manageable games at home, and we came out short in both occasions. There's no excuses for that. There's no excuses anymore. Like we shouldn't have lost 2-0 to Newcastle, and we should have been 5-1 up in this match. So people are saying we need a striker. Of course, we need a striker. But I think we need midfielders as well. We need creative midfielders because when Martin Odegaard is not purring and not at his absolute best, we don't create. I'm not gonna put this on Bukayo Saka's injury. I'm not gonna put this on injuries. I'm gonna put this on negligence from the manager and from the club. And if it's not from the manager, it's from the club. And if it's from the manager, then he needs to go because this has been coming. This has been coming in the past 2 to 3 years. So it is what it is at this moment. It's not even trying. I'm not even trying to be negative. I'm just trying to look at the reality and the state of the club. And this is poor. This is poor. This is poor. Um, can we do anything the rest of the season? I don't think we're gonna beat Newcastle by 3 clear goals. And even if we pull back 2 goals, which I think is very unlikely, um, the Carabao Cup is not going to be enough for the season. I mean, sure, you want to win something, so let's see how that goes, but it's not going to be enough. Um, and as I said, I don't think we're doing anything in the league. I think even if we were to get 2, 3 signings in, I think the betting period for those players, they should have been in the first week. They should have been here the first week. So if we're gonna wait till the end of January, we will be well and truly out of the title race and probably clearly battling for the Champions League, which I don't think we have a chance of winning. So for all intents and purposes, our season is done. It's done. There's nothing more to necessarily look forward to. Yeah, I guess you can call it here, and it's a shame. It's a genuine shame. And again, I said I've tried to not necessarily go over the top in my positivity, and I've been trying in the most recent weeks to not be too negative. And I think we're just back here where we're always been as Arsenal fans, always saying if only this didn't happen or if only we got this. Now at this point, it's the reality. I think we are who we are, and maybe this manager has done all he could and is not good enough. And then if that happens, I think if he leaves, I think a lot of these players leave, and I think again we're back to what we're used to, not progressing. So hey, that's all I have. I don't really I don't really have the energy to keep going with any kind of banter or not like that. I just don't. I don't. Um yeah, this I can't even say this club needs to fix up because there's no fixing up to me for as far as I'm concerned for the end of the season. So I guess you can just call it the next season. You just chalk it up and say next season. And if there's no, I don't even have any unction or junction to be optimistic for next season because I think we might lose players this season and then other teams are going to strengthen it. It's just what it is. I think maybe we have lost our window in terms of winning something. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, um, it's a short video today. Hit the like, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I can get probably a couple more of these quick videos out. Some of these probably reactions and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you. And have a good one.